Excuse me, officer, can I get your name and badge number, please?
Officer Hatchett, badge 61.
Hatchett 61. Hey, let me ask you a question. If you were ordered to go against the Constitution and people's rights and go door to door or person to person and collect firearms from law-abiding citizens, would you comply with that order?
No.
No, you wouldn't?
No.
Even if it meant losing your job?
Yes.
Okay, sir, that's all I need. Thank you very much. You have a nice night.
Before I go off topic a bit, I'd like to thank Officer Hatchett for his willingness to respond, his constitutionally supporting response, and his professionalism. Now, on to the off-topic comments regarding a brief interaction I had while out and about. I normally don't behave as such, but was feeling in a frisky mood, and this guy was comical to me. Feel free to end here to avoid the whole scenario. We were both a bit childish, but I was being lighthearted and having a bit of fun. It happens. Unfortunately, no, I don't really have much video. I just have a picture of the guy and his truck from when I exited the building and with whom the interaction occurred. Off we go. This is a little off topic, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. I was out conducting my business as usual, and some kid behind me, I say kid, maybe in his 20s or so, shakes his head and mumbles something as he looks at me. Maybe it was about my hat, or he is familiar with my YouTube page, but something got his panties in a wad.
Wow, kid, you're a little faggot.
In any case, I know, I probably should have just turned around and left it go, but I didn't. Sue me. It made me chuckle a bit, so I decided to engage him a bit, just for fun. For the record, I rather enjoyed our little back and forth, and I support his right to run his mouth. Many people have served to protect that right, in my opinion. We both had a normal tone and volume of voice, no yelling, no threats, no physical aggression. I don't normally get scared nor intimidated. I've experienced too much in my life. Most of my jobs have been dealing with people just like this one apparently is. Bulldog mentality, Chihuahua reality. So after his grieved look and his little head shake, the conversation went something like this. I comically stated, with a smile on my face, "You should keep your dirty looks to yourself." He responds, "You're weird." I say, "You're an idiot." He then uses my comment and says, "Fucking idiot." I state, "Suck a dick, bitch." When he had concluded his business, he was leaving. I gave him just one more little jab. I said, "See you, fuckhead," still smiling, still being friendly. Then he said something else on the way out, which I couldn't really hear, so I went outside and said something to the effect of, quote, "What did you say? I missed it, and I don't want to miss anything good," end quote. I meant it too. I really wanted to hear what he said. By this point, the conversation had sort of turned to the subject of the U.S. military, and he was exercising his right to express his dislike of the military, and I support his right to do so. So for several different reasons, I won't go into them here, I asked him what branch he had joined. He said his dad was in the military, but that he wouldn't join because he wouldn't be a pawn. At this point, unfortunately, I had to conclude my business inside, so I didn't get a chance to ask him a few other questions that were on my mind based upon his appearance and comments, which were, 1, do you vote? 2, do you vote Democrat? 3, if your dad served, does he agree with your beliefs and people serving being pawns? 4, was it the pro-firearms and or U.S. flag on my hat? If so, my comments to him would have been much different, but it's whatever. I only shared this because honestly I enjoyed it, and if I had more time I would have gladly had a conversation with this person, which I felt would have been interesting, but I just didn't have the time. A couple notes here. I am more than willing to go back and forth, some days, well, most days. I'm more than willing to have a conversation, if it might be seemingly productive or interesting, or make me laugh. I'm more than willing to state and defend my positions. However, I'm also more than willing to defend this dipshit's right to his opinions and his comments, and his dislike of military. Also, he had a valid point, one that I tend to agree with, in that in today's government, the military are often treated as pawns, used, abused, then discarded, ignored, and forgotten by the same government that asked military to give their blood, sweat, tears, and sometimes their very lives. In that regard, this fuckstick was absolutely correct, and I would defend his right to say such, both as an American and a constitutionalist. So, if you see this shitbird out and about, direct him to my video and let him know I support and defend his right to his opinion. However, I do think if he's going to mean mug random people and run his mouth, he should be careful, because there are many people out there whom are not even-tempered, controlled, and too many are impulsive, compulsive, and quick to anger, and won't find it comical, and may be of the aggressive mindset, wanting to go straight to physical aggression. But that's not me. I'm mostly a peaceful person and pride myself on the ability to differentiate between time to talk and time to act. Surprise, speed, violence of action, shock, and motherfucking awe. Also, I prefer to engage people like this, so we can go back and forth and we can get all the true opinions out there, and we can judge each other's opinion, and other people can be a judge as well. So to this guy I say, thumbs up for your First Amendment use, shitbird, and enjoy your day.
Boy, I'm sure glad everything worked out okay.
If you were ordered to go against the Constitution and collect firearms from law-abiding citizens, would you comply with that order?